What happened is the number of applications last January, in January 2025, the number of applications for an ASES grant were less than the amount of funds available. So basically, after they gave away they responded to every single request for funds last year, there was still some money left in the pool. So this round two, ASES Universal Round 2, that has come out now, is to offer schools that may not have applied last year an opportunity to apply to say, hey, we still have some more money left over. My sense is that the people that should apply for this ASES Round 2 would be anybody that has a comprehensive after-school program for their elementary or middle schools that's being funded by ELOP dollars, but they do not have ASES dollars now, regardless of their free and reduced lunch percentage. That would be the perfect school or school district to apply. The other group that should really consider strongly applying would be those folks that have a comprehensive after-school program that's funded by ASES and ELOP, and they're serving less, their grant is for less than 80 students for their elementary school, or 83 students, which is a full grant. This is an opportunity to get your ASES bucket back up to full. What I'm hearing in the field is folks saying, well, I just applied for the supplemental money, so I shouldn't apply for ASES Round 2. That is untrue. If you applied for a supplemental grant, regardless of whether you get it or you do not get it, and you're an elementary or middle school with a less than full ASES grant or no ASES grant, I would strongly suggest you apply for the ASES Round 2. To be eligible, you have to be an elementary or a middle school. And to be eligible, you have to either not have an ASES grant currently or have a less than full ASES grant currently. If you're a high school, you're not eligible to apply if you've got a full ASES grant already. If you've got a 21st century grant, any ELOP, eligible to apply. If you've got a less than full grant, eligible to apply. I would, for some of our K-12 districts that are using or wanting to use some of their ELOP dollars for their high schools because they don't have funding at their high schools and they want to run a robust program for their high school students, I'm encouraging them to apply for ASES for their elementary schools so they might be able to free up some ELOP dollars to move to their high school. Our clients, one of our bigger clients, the way that they are using this opportunity is they have a lot of elementary and middle schools that have a comprehensive program. And some of those schools are only using ELOP money because they hadn't been eligible for ASES in the past. So they're already serving the students using ELOP dollars. They will now be applying for the ASES grant so that they'll have the ASES dollars and ELOP dollars to run the same program they're already running, because they've got 100 students showing up for that program using ELOP dollars. So the minute they get the ASES dollars, if they're awarded, they would already be meeting the attendance requirement for that ASES dollars, which would allow them to use the ELOP dollars for other things, including spring break, or including summer program, or including more supplies, field trips, enrichment, etc. So that's what the ASES Universal Round 2 is. I understand your confusion, and I get it, because at ARC, I've been doing this for 25 years now, and I'm still confused by pieces. And even folks that are sitting on the advisory committee and the policy committee, and they attend every technical assistance opportunity available, are still trying to figure this out. And they were still trying to figure it all out with the introduction of ELOP. And then we layered on supplemental grants and Round 2 ASES grants, and it's a lot. Feel free to reach out to us, regardless of if ARC is your partner, regardless of if you have any intention of doing any business with ARC. We want to make sure people know about how the funding sources work.